All right, so I've sewn and ironed my mask, and I have folded in that open edge, and I've sewn it so that, or not sewn it, I'm sorry, I've pressed it so that the raw edges are on the inside. With my mask with the white side facing up or the liner facing up, you're going to take the elastic. Now this is for if you want it to be the wraparound, like I wear, where it goes around my head, because I don't really care for things touching my ears. You're going to, let me turn it this way. You're going to take your elastic and you're going to lay it down about 3/4 of an inch in from the edge. You're then going to take the edge of your mask and fold it over the top of the elastic. So it looks something like this. And you are going to pin it down, making sure that the elastic is along the folded edge. You don't want it kind of seeping into where you're going to be sewing. You don't want to sew over the elastic or it won't be able to gather. I'm going to put a third pin in the middle. And you're going to repeat on the other side. So I'm going to turn this. I'm going to take my elastic and I'm going to lay it down so that it's roughly 3/4 of an inch. I'm going to pull my mask across, keeping that elastic against the folded edge, and I'm going to pin. Like so. Now we're going to go over to the machine. We are now at the machine. I have tails on my machine about 8 inches long, and I'm going to go and put the elastic under the presser foot and push it to the side, and then I'm going to place my mask underneath, lining up the folded edge of the mask, so the outside of the mask edge, under my presser foot. And I'm going to lower my presser foot. So I'm stitching on the outside of the mask edge. I'm going to turn my turn wheel towards me until my needle is down in the work, and then I will remove my first pin. Now remember, like I said, you want to make sure that elastic is along the folded edge so it's out of the way of the stitch. And I'm going to sew 4 stitches. Sometimes it gets a little thick, so you might have to help it a little bit. Like I'm having a little trouble. There we go. Help it a little bit, and you want to back tack. So forward 4, back 4. And I am just sewing right along this edge, right? I'm just catching the outside fabric. I'm just catching the folded up part and sewing it into the mask, the body of the mask. Okay? So as I go, I will remove my pins. I just want to be right along that edge, and I want to make sure I'm not getting any elastic as I sew. All right, I'm near the bottom. I'm going to go all the way to the edge, reverse, and then forward. And like I said, it's a little thicker there, so you might have a little bit of trouble, but I will help you in the classroom. Then you're going to pull your work away from the sewing machine and clip it at the work so you always have your tails. Make sure to always have your tails. And then I'm going to come and clip my my starter threads. Oh, and my elastic just fell out. If your elastic falls out, which does happen, all you have to do is, oh, I'm not in frame. All you have to do is take the end of your elastic and gently slide it through. Sometimes it takes a little bit of coursing until it comes out the other edge. And then you're going to repeat on the other side. So I'm going to slide my elastic under, line up my presser foot to the edge of the outside fabric, lower my needle, take out my first pin. I'm going to sew down reverse, and I'm just sewing right along that edge, making sure I'm catching all the fabric I need to catch, but just as kind of as close to the edge as we can. And reverse when we get to the edge. I make sure that my thread pin or thread guide is in the up position. My needle is out of the work. Lift my presser foot and pull away. Clip my threads so that I still have about an 8-inch tail on my machine. Clip my starter threads. At this point, you can try on your mask. You can try on your mask and fit it. And you're just going to take the two ends of the elastic and knot them. And then pull the knot as tight as you can, leaving a little bit of a tail. You can trim that tail to about 1/4 of an inch. And you have finished your mask. If you are interested in doing the ear, the wraparound ear, I will show you that separately in class.